Thanks for the super chat, Swiss Apologetics. I do appreciate it. For Sean, if God has hands, he doesn't need eyes. He doesn't need. Wait, let me read that again. Don't you sound right? If God has hands, he doesn't need eyes. He doesn't need, but exists bodily in uncreated eternal space on which he depends on for his existence. Isn't this a nonsensical, limited pagan deity?
No, for one, this is literally the argument in the Clementine homilies from Simon Magus, which is really ironic that Anthony tried to claim that they were Gnostic, because literally arguing against the Gnostic arguments. Peter's responses refute the Gnostic arguments against Simon Magus. So this whole concept, and again, Simon Magus, father of the Gnostics, specifically the certain branches in Alexandria, like this, the whole concept is that the Father created the creation which he interacts in. It sounds as if the questioner, and we appreciate the question, but it sounds as if he's asking with a lot of presupposition in mind, is that the Father could exist bodily in an uncreated eternal space on which depends on his existence. Literally the conversation they're having in the Clementine homilies. It's amazing. And it's the argument to Peter claiming that God is nonsensical. So it's amazing that he actually uses this term here. Because this was the part where Simon Magus was trying to find contradictions in what he was strawmanning Peter's arguments about God. So whoever wrote that Clementine of homilies in 3rd century, it's interesting, their mindsets, because they're addressing some of these same Gnostic arguments that we see very confused Trinitarians try to bring up all the time, like this right here. He can exist bodily because he already exists eternally, unbegotten, anywhere he wants, because he can't be contained, right? Very simple.
All right. Any thoughts, Anthony?
Yeah, again, Sean just keeps making claims about stuff he obviously has no competence in. The Clementine homilies are 4th century forgeries, pseudepigraphical. They falsely ascribe themselves to Peter. And the Simon Magus of the homilies, by the way, is often viewed by scholars as a code name for Paul. So it's an attempt to pit Peter against Paul. And they are Gnostic. Go do the research that you haven't done on the canon either. I'd love to debate you on that. But the homilies, why is he even going to them? Why is he going to the homilies when he's asked a pointed question? Isn't it nonsensical to speak of your God being an embodied being, since that presupposes a context within which he exists? Bodies have limits. They have length. That means he needs to exist in space. They also have a succession of moments. That means there has to be time. So your God is not the creator of heaven and earth if he's eternally an embodied being. He's subject to larger realities, space, time, and the constraints that are imposed on matter. Your God is not the God of the Bible. He's the demiurge of pagan philosophers. He sounds more like Poseidon, the water deity, or Laffy, the frost giant. He's not the God of the Bible, who is above all and through all and in all.